Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. Recently, I did a two-part series on my favorite Olympic training secrets. You can check out part 1 and part 2 for all the details over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com. Hopefully, these tips help to inspire you and keep you fit as you watch the 2012 Olympic Games in London. But just because the Olympics are over doesn't mean you can't still learn a few more lessons from these amazing athletes. So in today's episode, you're going to learn how to get the body of an Olympian with the body fat of a triathlete, the butt of a volleyball player, and the abs of a gymnast. Let's start off with how to get the body fat of a triathlete. So, do you actually need to go out and swim, bike, and run those long distances to get that body fat? Well, not necessarily. If you just want the physical experience of working your upper body, lower body, and cardiovascular system in the same way as a triathlete, you can simply do a triathlon-style workout at your gym. So here's how. Begin by warming up for 5 to 10 minutes. I recommend beginning with a quick dynamic stretching protocol, which I'll link to in the show notes. Next, head to the lat pull-down machine, where you're going to replicate the upper back and arm burn of the triathlon swim. You're going to do 15 to 20 lat pull-downs with a wide front grip. That means fingernails facing away from you. Then you do 15 to 20 lat pull-downs with a more narrow reverse grip with your fingernails facing you. Next, with minimal rest, you go to a leg press machine, or you can do squats if you'd like, and you do 10 leg presses or squats in a very slow and controlled fashion with about 10 seconds up and 10 seconds down. That slow, controlled motion will create a lactic acid burn in your legs, very similar to riding a bicycle very hard in a triathlon. Finally, grab a jump rope and jump as hard as you can for 2 minutes with both legs or one leg. If you don't have a jump rope or you don't like jump roping, then do jumping jacks or step-ups instead. Your goal is to get through that entire circuit that I just described, the lat pull-downs, to the leg press or squat, to the jump rope or jumping jacks, with minimal rest between rounds. If you do this workout just once or twice a week, you're going to burn lots of body fat, and you're going to get a nicely defined back, arms, and legs in the process. Okay, next is how to get the butt of a volleyball player. And it's hard not to notice the butts of those beach volleyball players at the Olympics. One of the reasons they have such well-formed glutes is because they jump a lot, and the glutes are the primary muscle used for jumping. So what kind of exercise can you do to develop a better jumping butt? Well, here are 3 quick tips. 1, do plyos. Plyometrics or plyos can include skipping, hopping, bounding, single leg jumps, double leg jumps, and anything which involves you landing on the ground and then reversing direction as quickly as possible. Try starting with one of my favorite plyo exercises, a box jump. Simply step off a box, land, and then jump as high as you can as soon as you land. And I'll include a video in the show notes that shows me performing a box jump, along with some of my other favorite plyometric exercises. Number 2, extend your hips. The action of hip extension is the scientific term given to the motion that turns on your glute muscles, and squats, lunges, and step-ups are a great place to start. You can actually read more about those exercises in my episode, How to Get a Better Butt, which I'll also link to in the show notes. And then finally, get low. Volleyball players spend lots of time in a squat position with their butt pushed out behind them, waiting for that ball to come over the net. You can get the same butt activation with isometric squats, in which you drop into a seated position, as if you were sitting in an imaginary chair, with your knees behind your toes and your butt pushed as far behind you as possible. If you can stay in that position for 60 seconds, you're well on your way to an Olympian butt. Next, how to get the abs of a gymnast. Just about every gymnastics move at the Olympics requires extremely strong abs, and some of the more core-demanding apparatus are the pommel horse, the rings, and the parallel bars. A pommel horse routine involves single leg and double leg swings, scissors, and other intense moves, all performed while supporting the body with the arms. The amount of core strength and skill required for this routine is incredible. But you can build pommel horse-ready abs by beginning with a more simple exercise, lying scissor kicks. Try kicking in and out for 25 repetitions while lying on your back. Then rest 30 seconds and repeat for 3 to 5 sets. I'll put a link to that exercise in the show notes. Next are the rings, and rings are suspended on cables from the ceiling, and the gymnast performs flips and balances on the rings while preventing the rings from swinging. This requires extremely well-balanced shoulder muscles combined with lower ab strength, and a hanging leg raise is a great exercise to simulate the strain of those rings. If you're just getting started, try a single hanging leg raise, in which you hang from a bar, such as a pull-up bar, and you raise one leg instead of two. Or if your legs and abs need more of a challenge, try raising both your legs. You can have your legs straight or have them bent, but be sure not to let your shoulders and back slouch or sag as you do this exercise. If you can do 10 slow and controlled hanging double leg raises, you're well on your way to trying out those Olympian rings. Finally, for the parallel bars, a gymnast must suspend themselves with their hands slightly farther than a shoulder widths apart on each bar, and then execute a series of swings, balances, and releases that also require large amounts of shoulder and core strength. To get a feel for the kind of ab and arm burn a gymnast will experience during this routine, try performing as many body weight dips as you can in 60 seconds, getting your elbows down to a 90-degree angle with each dip, and keeping your pelvis muscles as tight as possible so that your core stays activated. If you can get to 15 dips within 60 seconds, then you're off to a great start. Now, these are just a few ways that you can develop an impressive Olympian body. And for even more body transformation tips, you can check out my new book, Get Fit Guy's Guide to Achieving Your Ideal Body. Check it out at getfitguy.com for the ultimate resource to get your dream body fast. And if you have more questions about how to get the body of an Olympian, then join the conversation over at facebook.com/getfitguy. And until next time, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.